We are starting section 3. And we're going to be studying spread and central tendency. So if we can go ahead and start our notes, we're going to write the words central tendency. And what central tendency is measures of the middle of a distribution. So measures of the middle. And so we're going to take this idea of central tendency, measures of the middle. Those are going to include things like the mean. And the mean is the one we're going to focus on in this part. It also includes things like the median. Now you might be thinking mean, median, mode. Mode is usually talking about categorical data, not quantitative data. And when we talk about central tendency, we're usually going to be talking about quantitative data. So mean and median are the two that we're going to focus on. Mean and median both tell you about the middle of the distribution. The median is literally the middle number, whereas the mean is the average, the mathematical average, where you add them all together and divide by the total. That's not going to necessarily give you the exact middle, but it will be a number somewhere towards the middle. The other thing I want you to write down is measures of spread. Measures of spread. And when we talk about spread, what we're talking about is how far apart numbers are from each other. And the reason we care about that is if everything is very clumped together and consistent, you're going to treat that differently than if it was not clumped together and consistent. So that's something that you want to look for when you're looking at data, is how similar, how clumped are these numbers. A picture that might help with this would be something like the difference between a target and having a bunch of things all really clumped up into the middle versus a target where everything is spread out. So if any of you are into archery or shooting, if you can get a bunch of shots all within the size of a quarter or very close to each other, your measures of spread would be very low. You have high consistency. So an example measure of spread that we're going to talk a lot about is standard deviation. So that's the one we will talk about most. You will also see range and interquartile range. So you can write that out, interquartile range, which is going to be often abbreviated as the IQR, interquartile range. So when you see those, it's talking about measures of spread. We'll look more next section into exactly how to find those. But in this section, when you watch the example videos, you will see how to calculate the mean and the standard deviation using completely just your calculator. It will do that completely for you.